Hello my colleagues, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, you are absolutely welcome as well. In today's video, I'm going to show you the top 2 Nigerian stocks to watch or buy in June 2025, especially if you are looking to make smart, profitable moves in the market this month. But before that, we'll do a quick breakdown of how the market performed in May, including the top gainers, top losers, and the key sectors driving momentum. That way, you are not just guessing, you are making informed moves in the market. Quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before investing in any stock, especially the ones I mention or recommend. Now, if you'd like to stay updated in real time with what I'm researching, what I'm buying, or what I'm watching in the market, I share those updates first on my WhatsApp channel. You'll find the link in the description and comment section, pinned comment section. And if you love to book a private one-on-one call with me to help you build your own personal investment or savings game plan, the booking link is also in the description. Please note all calls are paid and slots are limited. Once you have booked, you get my private WhatsApp line for follow-up. All right, if that sounds good, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and without much talk, let's jump right into the video. Let's go. Alright, here's a quick recap of how the Nigerian stock market performed in May 2025 because no dull at all. The market was hot. The NGX All Share Index climbed by about 5.2 to 5.7% in just 1 month. That's like seeing your money grow while you sleep. If you picked the right stocks, of course. Now, why did this happen? Simple. Many companies made mad profits. Inflation cooled off small, and the central bank didn't come and shake up anything in this last month. That gave investors some breathing space and confidence too. People were more willing to put their money into the stock market again. Now, let's break down the top 5 companies that made serious moves in May. First up, we have Better Glass. This stock more than doubled in May. The company posted strong profits and investors rushed in like they were chasing Black Friday deals. If you bought Better Glass early this year, you would be smiling to the bank right now. Next, we have the Northern Nigerian Flour Mills. Food is never out of style, and this company showed us why. Their profits jumped and the stock followed suit, up over 85% in just 1 month. Now, at number 3, we have Academic Press. These guys came out of nowhere and surprised everybody. You see, printing might sound old school, but their business is doing well and investors noticed. Then we have Caverton. After struggling before, they bounced back big time from losses to profits. Investors saw the turnaround and jumped into the stock. The stock price responded like fuel meeting fire. And finally, in my top 5 movers, we have Red Star Express, which is into logistics. You see, logistics is booming, especially with more people ordering things online. Their profits and dividends caught investors' attention, and the stock price reflected this. But of course, not all stocks were smiling. We also have stocks that went down basically. We have, as number 1, Abbey Mortgage Bank. We have Legend International, and also we have Nigerian Enamelware. I hope I pronounced that correctly. All of these 3 stocks dropped sharply in May. Most of the losses came from people cashing out after earlier gains from this stock. Basically, this stock rose earlier on and people are taking profit actually. Or some of them also sold the stock because they don't just like what they saw in the company's recent performance. There was no much bad news for most of these companies. It's just, market and its volatility. Even Seplat, one of the big oil companies, dropped. That one looked like also profit taken from the market, as it was at around 5,000 naira thereabouts and went down to around 4,000 naira. Nothing alarming, at least for now. On the bigger picture, the CBN left interest rates untouched. Inflation dropped slightly in May, and foreign investors are starting to look our way. They are starting to invest in Nigerian stock markets. All this helped to boost the market and keep the vibes positive. Basically, this is the right time to start positioning yourselves as foreign investors are entering the market currently. Sector-wise, food companies, which is consumer goods, did the best. No surprises there. Insurance also showed some life, but oil and gas sector in the stock market, we know to shine like that last month. So that's the quick recap for what happened in the stock market for me. Now, the question now is, which stocks should you be watching or even be buying in June 2025? Let's get into that next. The first stock I am watching closely in June 2025 is University Press, with the ticker symbol on the NGX being UPL. You need to be careful while trying to search this on Google, because you might end up seeing one South African company that also have that ticker symbol. You need to be put Nigeria specifically when searching on Google. You see, University Press PLC is a veteran publishing company in Nigeria. They print and sell educational books from pre-primary school to tertiary level. Think CQIX, NICO, and JAMB books, plus creative writing and general interest titles. They have been around since 1949, starting out as Oxford University Press Nigeria. They also distribute World Bank titles and have sales presence all across Nigeria and even into other West African countries. In 2024, UPL posted its first loss in years, mainly due to a 388 million naira foreign exchange loss. Basically, they owed money to foreign suppliers, and naira devaluation affected them during this period. Now in Q1 2025, they bounced back with a 639.5 million naira profit and a 3.4 billion naira revenue, an explosive recovery that triggered a stock rally. It's worth knowing that despite their full year 2024 loss, UPL still paid dividends, but just a small one though. As of September 2024, yield was only about 0.4%. So if you are buying this stock for dividend, this one is actually weak. In terms of their debt and balance sheet, in the full year 2022 to 2023, they were net cash positive, but in full year 2024, they had a net debt of 670.7 million naira. That's actually quite huge. Trade payables, which is money they needed to pay, ballooned from 596 million naira to 1.83 billion naira, and this is where that FX loss came from. In terms of their balance sheet, it's not ideal, but not a debt crisis actually. They are not borrowing too much from banks. The issue was payables in foreign currency, meaning most of their loans or debt is not from the bank, is foreigners. Some of the key risks for this business includes FX risks. They import printing inputs, so naira devaluation usually hits them hard. You also have piracy. This is a big issue for them as book pirates cut into sales and profits. Then we have policy changes. Government curriculum shifts can actually make textbook to be outdated overnight. Finally, when it comes to the risk for this business, we have inventory risk, which has to do with overstocking or printing books that don't sell. There are still some other risks, but the ones I have mentioned are the core ones that are affecting this business currently or could affect this business. Now, here's my take for this company. You see, UPL is the definition of a macro-sensitive stock tied to education policy, FX stability, and consumer income. But why it is number one on my list to watch for June is because of its strong core business with decades of trust. They dominate textbook publishing in Nigeria as people still need CQIX books. They are aggressively rebounding from a temporary FX driven loss, and the share price is still undervalued based on their Q1 results. If they stay profitable, there is upside from both earnings and likely dividends. My watchlist trigger for this stock includes: will they stay profitable through the rest of 2025 or even in the second quarter? Can they reduce their exposure to FX losses going forward? Is the e-learning push of the company going to drive new growth? Well, fingers crossed. Alright, stock number 2 on my list of the top 2 Nigerian stocks to buy or watch in June is a company that's quietly doing some serious numbers, and it's not even in Lagos or Abuja. This company is headquartered in Nnewi, Anambra State, and it's been grinding out profits year after year. Let's talk about CQIX PLC with the ticker symbol CQIX, a cable manufacturing company that might not be flashy but definitely deserves a spot on your watch list for June. So what exactly does CQIX do? CQIX makes wires and cables, the stuffs that power your house, your appliances, telecom systems, even your car. And they're not just throwing wires together. They are the first cable company in Nigeria to own a plastic compounding line, which basically means they control more of their production process and quality. That's a big deal in manufacturing, especially here in Nigeria. They have got an insane product lineup, everything from housing wiring cables to solar cables, and they sell to utility companies, contractors, and businesses across the country. with sales office in Abuja, Port Harcourt, Uyo, Aba, you name it. Now let's talk performance because this stock has been moving lately. In May 2025 alone, CQIX stock went up by 38.7%. That's not a mistake, guys. 38.7%, and it's currently trading between, as of the moment of making this video, 3 naira 16 kobo and also 3 naira 42 kobo, between this range, which is pretty close to its 52 weeks high of 3 naira 37 kobo. And the volume for this stock is massive. Over 11 million shares average are traded daily, and at one point in March it spiked to 358 million shares in a single day. That kind of action tells you investors are watching this stock very closely. Financially, CQIX is looking healthy. Revenue has been going up every single year since 2021. In the full year 2024, they made 12.1 billion naira in revenue, a 32% increase from the previous year. Profit is also growing. They made over 1 billion naira in net profit last year, which is a solid bounce back after a flat year in 2023. Their assets and equity are growing too, although liabilities have gone up slightly, but nothing alarming actually. So overall for this company, it's a picture of steady, consistent growth. They are not trying to impress you with hype. They are just showing up and delivering. Now, if you look at the charts around this period, August precisely, CQIX likes to have this huge surge. So I'm also having high expectations for history to repeat itself, and the signs are already there with the stock being volatile. Also, if you're the type that likes dividend paying stocks, CQIX has you covered. They have been paying dividends consistently, ranging between 10 and 15 kobo per share over the last 4 years. In 2024, they declared a 15 kobo dividend, which puts the yield of this stock at around 2.3%. That's not huge, guys, but it's a decent cherry on top of a growth stock. So here's the big question: is CQIX a buy right now? Let me break it down. Well, here's what we know. The company is growing steadily, both revenue and profit. The stock is trending upward and getting a lot of attention on the NGX. They have got a stable dividend policy with decent yields. They also benefit from macro trends like infrastructure growth, power sector reform, and local manufacturing support. On the flip side, they still face challenges like import restrictions, unstable energy supply, and currency risk, but that's part of the game for most Nigerian manufacturers. So if you are looking for a mid-cap growth stock that's under the radar but quietly executing, CQIX might be a solid play, especially if you're investing with a 6 to 18 months horizon. This is not a pump and dump type of stock. It's for the patient investor who wants to ride with a business that's actually producing something tangible and doing it very well. All right, that's talk number 2. I'll be stopping here for now. If you'd love me to make this kind of videos for next month or going forward for every month, where I break down how the market performed in the previous month and talk about under the radar stocks with solid fundamentals and growth potential, just let me know in the comment section. And if this video gave you any value at all, don't forget to like the video, share it with a friend or investing community, and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss the next one. Also, if you want early updates on what I'm personally buying or want to work with me one-on-one, all the links are in the description and comment section like I mentioned earlier in the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, Dewo.